Everybody, I wanted to just take a little bit of time and pass along some updates on it's difficult to communicate clearly when, we can't all just be together in the same space. It's either has to be through an email, a phone call, text messaging, something on Facebook, these videos, but I'm thinking this might be one of the most effective ways to just communicate some updates that I think are really important for our church family just to stay together through this process of not being able to be together physically. So just invite you to hang with me for a few minutes here in this video. I want to give some updates on a few different things. One is our connectedness to each other, the sense of community, the ministry, mission, and vision, kind of in the midst of everything that's happening here with coronavirus. The third point is communion and Easter Sunday, some important tidbits of information there. And fourth, the building project, just where we stand with that. There's been some questions in those areas. So if you're watching this video, the content should be included in written form underneath of this for you to reference if you'd like to, but this is just it, and same information by different means. So first, the connectedness. I really hope all of you are finding some ways to stay connected with each other. We are still the church, even though we can't get together physically. As I heard somebody say earlier this week, the church has left the building, and it's true, right? We're not getting together in the building. We're outside of this physical space, but we still remain the church. And hopefully that's come through in my opportunities to teach on Sunday mornings, just the importance and value of community and connectedness and the body of Christ functioning in different ways. Each part of the body has a different function. So just encourage you to stay active in that. Find ways to connect with people. Give somebody a phone call, a text message, an email. Follow along online on Facebook, YouTube. Pastor Josh is meeting with GCGs on Wednesday nights. So there's still a lot of ways we can connect, and just want to invite you in that, just to love each other well through the midst of coronavirus and everything that comes with it. Secondly, ministry, mission, and vision. Just kind of what's happening here at Faith Alliance as we can't get together, we can't communicate as clearly, but just want to let you know that the ministry is still full throttle here at the church. Again, I want to give a shout out to our staff, Gina and Jenny with the kids, Kristen overseeing a lot of different ministry opportunities, James with the youth and helping out with some adult stuff, and Josh helping out with adult ministries, even Tina just organizing things and keeping everything in line and running as it's meant to. So it's been a lot of fun just to watch them kind of scramble around and put together a new ministry platform that happens virtually through a whole different avenue than what we're used to. We are seeing some fruit from this, and just invite you to keep praying that God would use this time in special ways. We're getting to interact with people that we wouldn't otherwise have been interacting with. I know, in my personal life, the idea of Saturate 17 has almost become easier in some ways because of what coronavirus is forcing us to do. So I want to encourage all of you, continue to participate in our mission to reach people in this 17-mile radius, right? We want to go and make disciples. We want to love people, lead people, teach people, and pray for people, and just invite you into that. Think about your neighbors. Maybe you don't know them well. Allow this to be an opportunity to just give them a phone call or stop over and say, hey, I just wanted to check on you and see how you're doing. Is there anything that you need? Maybe you have some friends, coworkers that you could reach out to and do the same thing. I know for me, this has opened up opportunities just to love people well, and that's what God has called us to do, just to love people, and just point people to Him and reveal who He is through our actions, through our words. So just want to invite you into that. We can continue to grow the kingdom of God through this. We can continue to care for each other through this, and it's really forcing us to think in different ways. And I think a lot of that is stretching us and forming us in some healthy ways, and hopefully we can retain some of it even as life gets back to normal, as normal as it ever was in the past. So just want to encourage you with that. But there's a lot happening, and there's some excitement with it. I think we just got to be praying that the seeds we're scattering will be able to grow, and mature, and we'll see people come to know Christ through this. I know some other churches have powerful testimonies of it. So just be encouraged in that and invite you into that journey as well to participate with us. 3, communion and Easter Sunday. So you may be wondering, how are we going to have communion? Are we going to have communion? What are we going to do for Easter? The answer for communion is yes. We're still going to have communion. We're going to invite all of you as individuals or families, as couples, however you're gathering together on Sunday mornings. We want you to participate in communion on April 5th. And probably April 12th for Easter. We're not sure how that's going to go yet, but it's looking like we're going to be meeting on Easter Sunday from our own homes, which is unfortunate, but it presents, new opportunities. I think it could actually be a really special time for you as families to get together, to share communion together, to break the bread, and just to celebrate the resurrection of Christ. So I want to invite all of you to think about what you could do as a family to make Easter really special. Maybe that's getting up early and making a really nice breakfast, or maybe it's wearing your Sunday best even though you're not coming to church. Maybe it's just sharing time together in celebration by blowing up some balloons or doing a craft, whatever that is for your family. I would love to hear what some of you are doing, and maybe even get to see through sharing of pictures how you all choose to celebrate Easter. But we're still going to get together on Easter Sunday. We'll still have a service, and the week before, April 5th, we do plan to share communion together. So if you can, set aside some bread, set aside some juice, and take the best of what you have and just set that aside. And I'll lead us through that time on Sunday morning. But it should be a special opportunity for us as families, as individuals, just to gather around and still share that time of breaking bread and sharing the drink to remember Christ together. Number 4 is the building project. Some questions as to what we're doing with this. Are we still moving forward? Obviously, there's uncertainty just with the economy and everything that's going to be upcoming in the weeks and months ahead. But as of right now, we are still marching forward. Actually, today we should be getting some final estimates and a budget for the project just to make sure that it's within the size and scope of what we had originally planned. If there needs to be some refining, we'll refine it. We haven't made any huge financial commitments yet as far as starting the project. They're not going to be breaking ground. Everybody will know when that's going to be happening, but we're continuing to move forward. We're doing that just with caution and with wisdom, in faith, not in fear, but also just taking into consideration the reality of our environment right now. Uncertainty with people's work, uncertainty with finances. So we have all that in mind, and just invite you to trust us through that process of decision making. And like I said, we'll keep everybody informed as decisions are made, and nothing will happen before we share everything with the congregation. They're not going to start anything. We'll actually have a groundbreaking ceremony that would start before the project begins. So everybody will be aware of what's happening. If you have concerns, you're welcome to share those with me. But as of right now, we're just kind of marching forward day by day, slow and steady. Also, if you have any questions about anything, ministry opportunities or the platforms that we're using for ministry, feel free to reach out to any of our staff, to any of our elders. You should be expecting a phone call from one of our elders, deacons, deaconesses, or staff members here in the upcoming week or so. We're going to do our best to reach out to everybody in the church just to touch base, see how you're doing, see if you have any needs, see if you have any concerns. And we just invite you to open up a little bit during that time and share some of what you're processing, maybe share some of what you're doing to stay connected to the church, to stay connected to Christ. But you should be receiving a call. If you don't receive a call, we're using the directory list of names, and we know that Every single person may not be on there, but there's definitely no intent to skip anybody. We want to touch base with every single person if possible, every family. So if you don't get a call in a week and a half or so, feel free to reach out. Just let me know, and we can see, if somebody was, just missed an assignment of who to call, or maybe your name didn't get into the directory, and we can be sure to make that adjustment. But I hope everybody's doing well. Continue to pray for our church. I'm praying for all of you, just for God's safekeeping, physically, spiritually. As I've said many times, I'm ready to get back together. I'm excited to gather together again, and again, just invite you in to pressing on day by day, stay the course. God's got a plan in this. He's got a purpose in this, and He's overseeing all of it. He's in control. So continue to trust Him, lean into Him. This weekend, we're looking at Job. If you want to read Job chapter 1, I'll be referencing that a fair amount. And really, you could read through the whole book of Job. Not like we have many places to go this weekend, right? So if you have some time, check out the book of Job. I'm excited to share a message from there. And the following week will be to Palm Sunday already, so excited for that. But I hope you all are doing well. I hope to see you soon. Hope to talk soon. Take care. Thanks.